hearts receive the right, true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Wow.
Great job, Matt.
That's beautiful.
Thank you very much to all the Philip families for all of your support this year.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome to this Yorkton Cardinals broadcast here on YouTube Live. The Brooks Bombers are once again in town taking on the Cardinals for Game 3 of the three-game weekend series. It's Billet Appreciation Day here at Jubilee Park in Yorkton as the Cardinals pay thanks to all the Billets for allowing them in their houses this summer season. Without the Billets, we would not have anywhere for these players to stay. So they are a big part of Yorkton Cardinal baseball. We'll talk about the defense here today for the Yorkton Cardinals. In left field is number 20, Sean Monroe. In center is number 6, Phil Wayland. And over in right field is number 23, Nick Hoyt. Luke Shakirik playing first base this afternoon. Tanner Huber over at second base. Logan McDougall, the University of Calgary product, over at shortstop. And Grant Kosenki, the third baseman, this afternoon. Matt Corman is behind the plate. He just sang the anthem for us. And the local product in Zach Golden Madden is on the mound this afternoon for the Cardinals. 2 starts to his season so far this year. In the first game, he pitched 7 strong innings against the Swift Current 57s and also went 5 innings against the top league leading team in the Okotoks Dogs. Welcome back, folks. We are here in the top of the first, getting things going here at Jubilee Park. And Brock Partain, the center fielder, will lead things off for the Bombers. Like I said, Zach Golden Madden is today's starting pitcher. A windy one in Yorkton. Gusts, we've had warnings of they can get up to 90 kilometers an hour today, so might be a windy one. The first pitch from Madden is upstairs, and we are underway here at Jubilee Park. The second pitch from Madden is upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. The count. A good pitch from Madden is in there for a called strike to reduce the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one's hit down the third base line. Will get foul as Kosenki picks it up just to the left of the third base bag. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Brock Partain. A good crowd on hand to feast their eyes on the local product in Zach Golden Madden. We also have some other locals in Montana Johnson, as well as Gabe Corville, Braden Kitchen. Lots of local products, and Partain hits us 1 to 10. Or Huber over at second, over to Shakirik. grounds out for out number 1. So a good start to the ball game for Zach Madden as he gets the leadoff man of Brock Partine, who was a on-base machine yesterday as he got on base numerous times, batted 6 times, I do believe, yesterday night against the Cardinals and got on at least more than half of those times. Either way, he's out here in the first, and Zach Lehman, the second baseman, swings at the first pitch, sends this one to center field. That one's carrying Phil Whalen in center field, brings it in. 2 gone here in the Bombers' top of the first. Playing some strong strategy baseball here from Golden Madden as he's only thrown 6 pitches so far and 2 gone already. This one just a tad outside for ball 1 to the left fielder, Josh McIntyre. That one's just a tad inside. 2 balls, no strikes to McIntyre. The 2-0 offering is in the dirt and near his feet. 3 balls and no strikes to count. A good fastball from Madden is in there for a called first strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. That one's in the dirt, but McIntyre will draw the 2-out walk. Damian Rodriguez, the first baseman, now in for the Brooks Bombers. 2 gone here in their top of the first after Partane grounded out and Lehman flew out on the first pitch. Something going on in right field as Nick Hoyt goes over there, and it looks like may have been a ball in right field that no one noticed until now. However, Damian Rodriguez steps into the box, batting .289 on the season so far. That first pitch is high and upstairs and outside to Rodriguez for ball 1. The 1-0 offering to Rodriguez is upstairs once again. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 offering to Rodriguez is low and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Rodriguez draws the 4-pitch walk. The Bombers got 2 runners on here in the top of the first. 2 gone, however. Spencer Rankin, the catcher, will now step in for the Bombers here.
Yeah, we just pick a song kind of during the inning, and then it's just ready to go. Yeah. We're the toughest press box crew that there is, right?
In the league, yeah. Madden will step off here. It looks like Spencer Rankin isn't ready. He is now, as Golden Madden will deliver the first pitch to him, which is a good curveball, but just a tad outside for ball 1. Having some trouble now finding the strike zone, but all we need is a ground ball, fly out, and get the Cardinals out of this inning. The 1-0 offering is hit into right field. Nick Hoyt on the run. He'll get over his head. This one's gone to the wall. The Brooks Bombers are going to score 1. They're going to score 2. The Bombers score 2 runs off the RBI double from Spencer Rankin as they take a 2-0 lead here at Jubilee Park. So the early double and 2 RBIs from Spencer Rankin gives the Brooks Bombers the early 2-0 lead here at Jubilee Park. And Brendan Cates, the designated hitter this afternoon for the Bombers, steps in. 3-11 on the season. This one swung on and missed from Cates, and he's heading over to third. And it looks like Spencer Rankin's trying to be speedy, but Matt Corman says absolutely not, as he's caught stealing 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors on behalf of the Yorkton Cardinals. The Bombers leave 1 man stranded after 1/2 an inning complete. It's the Brooks Bombers 2, Yorkton Cardinals coming about in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back with more Yorkton Cardinals baseball just after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live. The Brooks Bombers took an early 2-0 lead in the top of the first, thanks to a double and 2 RBIs. However, the Cards are getting on the sticks here in the bottom of the first, as Tanner Huber, the native out of Unity, Saskatchewan, and Bismarck State College, will lead things off for the Cardinals. And a good leadoff man for the Cardinals. Over the past 10 to 15 games, he's been leading in that first batter's position. So Tanner Huber will step in with a .237 average on the 2019 summer season. The first pitch from the lefty is just a bit inside to Huber for ball 1. Cloudy skies in Yorkton today, winds coming from the west. Expecting some rain around 5 o'clock, but hoping to get the game in before then. Speaking of now, Tanner Huber fouls one over the screen, evens the count at 1-1. The second pitch to Huber is outside as the catcher drops it for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 offering to Huber is in there on the outside corner for a called second strike. The 2-2 offering is hit up the middle. The second baseman will get there and send it over to first, but Tanner Huber is there. Infield single for Tanner Huber as the Cardinals have a runner on. Luke Shakaric now out for the Cardinals, batting in the second spot, usually known as a cleanup man. Very powerful hitter for the Cardinals. Known to hit the ball very deep here at Jubilee Park. .232 average on the season for Shakaric. A curve fastball rather is in there for a call for a strike. Messed me up. Tailing fastball. Probably, yeah, I assume. The 0-1 offering to Luke Shakaric. Lefty on lefty is outside and in the dirt for ball one. So Matt Scott has pitched 15 1/3 inning over this 2019 summer season, has a 13.50 ERA and only 6 strikeouts to his name so far this season. That one kind of buckles the Brooks Bombers catcher as he thought it was going in the dirt, but it stayed a little up. Even 2 balls, 1 strike the count to Shakaric. That one's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike the count to Luke Shakaric, the Cardinals' first baseman this afternoon. Tanner Huber still over at first thanks to the infield single. Takes his lead off of first. Scott checks him over there. And 3-1 offering outside. Luke Shakaric jaws the lock. Cardinals got runners on first and second. None gone here in the first for the catcher, Matt Corman. Matt Corman did a wonderful job singing our national anthem today. He's batting .267 on the season so far this year. Done most of the catching alongside Cade Corbett. They split the duties this season. 2 on here for the Cards in the first. They got something brewing. None gone. The first pitch to Corman is in there for a called first strike. This one's fouled back by Corman to even the count. Rather, no balls, 2 strikes to count to the Cardinals catcher. The 0-2 offering to Matt Corman is swung on and missed as the Cardinals catcher strikes out for out number 1.
I lost my phone. I have all this stuff with papers. I handed papers, so I didn't bring it here.
Oh, really?
It's not with you.
No, I don't have it, no. Zach Taylor, designated hitter this afternoon for the Cards, will step in, hoping to hit a ball deep in the gap, hopefully score a run, cut this Bomber lead in half. The first pitch to Zach Taylor is in there, called first strike. Zach Taylor, 20 for 93, good for a .215 average on the season, 10 RBIs to his name. As Scott will step off here as some miscommunication with his catcher. The 0-1 offering to the Cardinals DH. Is in there for a good curveball, called second strike. This one swung on and missed by Taylor as he goes down on strikes for out number 2 in the Cardinals' first. So Matt Scott digging himself out of an early hole as there's 2 gone now in the Cardinals' first for center fielder Phil Whalen. Phil Whalen, 173 on the season. His batting average, I should say. as the first pitch to Wayland is inside and in the dirt for ball one. The 1-0 offering. Swung on and missed by Wayland, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. This one's hit up the middle, and there Robbie Dombrowski's waving around Tanner Huber, but does make the catch in center field, however, as the Cardinals do not score any runs here in the first off 1 hit thanks to Tanner Huber. They know Brooks Bomber errors. They do leave 2 stranded. After 1 complete, it's the Brooks Bombers 2, the Yorkton Cardinals no score. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning right after this. Welcome back, Yorkton Cardinal fans. We are here in the top of the second. Brooks Bombers still leading 2-0 after the Cardinals stranded Tanner Huber and Luke Shikarik on base. However, Brendan Cates, the DH, will lead things off as Spencer Rankin was caught stealing in the top of the first to end things for the Bombers. This one's hit to left field. Nice diving catch over there by Sean Monroe for out number 1. Monroe with a beautiful catch on Brendan Cates to help out his pitcher in Zach Golden Madden as McCoy Pierce, the shortstop, comes up to bat. .333 on the season. He did indeed hit a home run yesterday, a 3-run shot that helped propel the Brooks Bombers to their victory over the Cards. The first pitch to him is outside for a curveball for ball 1. That's a good fastball from Golden Madden in there on the inside corner for a called first strike to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 offering from Golden Madden is upstairs inside on McCoy Pierce for a ball, 2 balls, and 1 strike. This one's fouled back by Pierce, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As you can see on our broadcast, a very dark cloud coming over Jubilee Park. Hope that stays away while the game is going on. Sun did pop out, though, however. It was a cold, chilly one, but Pierce wanted to swing at that one and checks over at the first base umpire and says no, he did not go. So that will fill the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Bombers shortstop. It's weird. This one's inside to Pierce as he'll draw the no-out walk, rather one-out walk here in the second, as Danny Donnelly, the right fielder, will step up for the Bombers.
Number 6, Danny Donnelly. Danny fails to reach base. Beer goes on sale. 2 for $8 for 5 minutes at the Joe Weaver Beer Shop.
Danny Donnelly jumps on the first pitch with the double to off the wall. Moves over McCoy Pierce to third as Donnelly goes to second. One gone only here in the Bombers' second, as Albert Vargas, the third baseman, will come in to hit. 202 on the season for Vargas as he takes a first pitch good fastball from Madden in there for a called strike.
It's the same sheets of paper. Yellow.
This one's grounded up the third base line, but Kosenkio will pick it up foul as it is no balls and 2 strikes to the Bombers' 9-hole hitter and third baseman Albert Vargas. We'll find it, I'm sure.
Could have just blown away. If I'd known to keep it, I'd put it in my school bag.
The 0-2 offering from Golden Madden is inside and above Vargas's head for ball 1. Vargas swung on and missed. He goes down on strikes.
And that's the second note of the inning. Now batting center fielder, number 2, Brock Partey. Okay.
So Golden Madden with a clutch situation as he strikes out Albert Vargas for out number 2 here in the second. As Brock Partey comes back into the box as he grounded out to Tanner Huber in the first for the first out back then. And he'll step in here in the second inning. A good fastball from Golden Man is in there for a called first strike. 0-1 the count. The second pitch from Madden is outside, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 offering from Golden Madden is just a tad upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Golden Madden with the 2-1 offering as it is swung on and missed by Partey, evens the count at 2-2. This one's hit to left field as Sean Monroe will get over there and get under it. No runs, 1 hit, no Cardinal errors. Bombers leave 2 stranded after 1.5 complete. It's the Brooks Bombers 2. Yorkton Cardinals, no score. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the bottom of the second and the Yorkton Cardinals bottom of the second shortly just after this. Welcome back to Yorkton Cardinals baseball here in the bottom of the second as the Brooks Bombers once again still lead 2-0. As Logan McDougall will lead things off for the Cardinals in their bottom of the second. Did have runners on in the first, but weren't able to capitalize. They left two stranded. Did get to Matt Scott a little bit. Thank you to a good friend of mine in Kelly Madden tuning in from Asquith. If you're ever looking for a good meal or some hospitality, head over to Asquith in the Asquith Hotel. They got great food there just outside of Saskatoon. So thanks again to Kelly for tuning in this afternoon as his son and Zach is pitching this afternoon for the Cards. Logan McDougall leading things off for the Cards in the bottom of the second. The University of Calgary product takes the first one outside for ball one. McDougall grounds this one to McCoy Pierce at shortstop, picks it up, sends it over to first, and he airmails it into the dugout as McDougall will move over to second base on the infield error. Grant Kosenki, a native of Wisconsin, will step in for the Cardinals. None gone here. He hit the ball hard yesterday down the line, which scored the only two Cardinal runs. Hopefully he can do that here and change places with Logan McDougall. A good bunt from Grant Kosenki as Scott moves over there, and he'll get there. Infield single for Grant Kosenki. Beautiful bunt. So Grant Kosenki on base with a beautiful infield bunt, which will move Logan McDougall over to the third. Some good strategy from head coach and bench boss in Robbie Dombrowski as Nick Hoyt, the right fielder, steps in. Hoyt batting 180 on the season so far this year. This one's popped foul, and it will get out of play. No balls, one strike. Scott will check over at Kosenki, but Kosenki will slide in there safely. Got time over at first as Grant Kosenki's looks like he's got some dirt in his eye. Nick Hoyt holds off, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 offering to Nick Hoyt is popped straight up in the infield. No tag from Logan McDougall as Nick Hoyt pops out for out number 1. So Nick Hoyt pops out. We'll bring up the 9-hole hitter and Sean Monroe playing left field. Make some nice diving catch out there to help out his pitcher in Golden Madden. As Kosenki and McDougall still on base, the first pitch to him is taken for a called first strike. The 0-1 offering nearly hits Monroe as Kosenki will move over on the wild pitch. This card's got 2 runners on here, second and third. Only 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. Monroe pops this one over near the Brooks Bombers dugout, but this one will get out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Sean Monroe currently at bat now. 1 ball is 2 strikes to count to him. Runners on second and third here in the Cardinals' second, looking for a ball in the outfield. So no pop up. Looking like trouble. And this one will drop. McDougal will come in to score. Sean Monroe, RBI single to right field. Cuts this Bomber lead in half. 2-1 the score.
Brings up second baseman, number 14, Tanner Huber.
So the 9-hole hitter in Sean Monroe comes up clutch for the Cardinals with the outfield single. Cuts the Bomber lead in half at 2-1. Grant Kosenki now still at second, however, as Tanner Huber comes back up to the plate 1-for-1 on his line this afternoon thanks to an infield single. He'll take a first pitch inside for ball 1. Huber pops this one up in the right field side as their first baseman's over there, and he will catch it. So Tanner Huber pops out to the first baseman in foul territory. 2 gone here in the Cardinals' second. So the Cardinals looking to even this score up with the Brooks Bombers and help out their pitcher today. The first pitch to Luke Shakarik is outside and low for ball 1. Shakarik pops this one a mile high in the infield. The catcher's looking for it. It's near the netting, and it will go off the netting for a long, high foul ball. Shakarik takes the third pitch of the at-bat outside for another ball. 2 balls, 1 strike the count to the Cardinals' first baseman. Shakarik drew a 5-pitch walk in the first inning. He was part of one of the 2 men that were stranded on in the Cardinals' first. This one's hit a mile to left field, but it looks like the outfielder will get there as Shakarik pops out for out number 3. Cards get 1 run off 2 hits, 1 Bomber error, and leave 2 men stranded. After 2 complete innings, it's the Brooks Bombers 2, the Yorkton Cardinals 1. They'll be right back with the top of the 3rd inning. Yorkton Cardinals baseball, you're watching it here on YouTube Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Yorkton Cardinals baseball here, top of the third. Bombers lead still 2-1, thanks to a single from Sean Monroe in the second inning that scored Logan McDougall. Zach Lehman, the second baseman, leading things off with a even 300 average on the season for him. Flew out to center fielder Phil Whalen in the first. Swings and misses here in the third for strike one. A good curveball from Madden, but Lehman doesn't bite. Outside for a ball, evens the count. Okay, going. Good fastball from Golden Madden is in there for a called second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to the leadoff man this inning, Zach Lehman. A good changeup from Madden is in the dirt as Corman blocks it. Evens the count, 2-2. The 2-2 offering from Golden Madden is just a bit outside, according to home plate umpire Warren Burrell. Fully fills the count, 3-2. This one's hit in the gap into left center as Lehman will head over to second. This ball goes all the way to the wall. Zach Lehman leading things off for the Bombers with a double to left center. Josh McIntyre, the left fielder, now back in. Walked back in the first for the Bombers. Also scored. Good fastball from Madden is a tad bit upstairs for ball one. The 1-0 offering from Golden Madden is swung on and missed by McIntyre, rather fouled off for strike one. Yeah. Good curveball from Golden Madden is a tad bit outside for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. A 2-2 offering a good fastball inside on Josh McIntyre. Called for a second strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Golden Madden will step off and send Lehman back to second. Curveball upstairs fills the count, 3-2. The full count offering from Golden Madden. Swung on and missed by McIntyre as McIntyre strikes out for out number 1. So Josh McIntyre goes down on strikes for out number 1, and Damian Rodriguez, the first baseman who also walked and scored in the first, is back up. The first pitch to Rodriguez is in there for a called first strike. Zach Madden starting to find his groove here in the third. Calming down, unlike the wind. Swung on and missed by Rodriguez. No balls, 2 strikes to count. 1 gone here in the Bombers' third. Do the Price is Right. This one's outside. Rodriguez, a good waste pitch from Golden Madden, as makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Never. The 1-2 offering to Damian Rodriguez is popped straight up in the infield. Golden Madden calling for it, and he'll take it in for out number 2. So Rodriguez flies out to Golden Madden for out number 2, and Spencer Rinkin, the catcher, will be back in. He doubled as part of the Bombers' 2-run first inning that gave them the lead in this game. But then he was caught stealing also in the first, that ended the first for them. Some dark clouds moving over Jubilee Park and moving over Jubilee Park very fast. First pitch from Golden Madden is in the dirt. Corman looking for it, but it's in his feet. Ball 1. A good curveball from Zach Golden Madden is in there. Called for strike, evens the count. Golden Madden, known to have a good curveball. A good friend of mine. Played some senior ball with him this year, and this one's hit to McDougall at shortstop, and he'll send it over to Shakarik, and that'll do it for the Bombers. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 stranded. After 2.5 completed, it's the Brooks Bombers 2, Yorkton Cardinals 1. They'll be right back with the Cardinals, bottom of the third, right after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinal Baseball here on YouTube Live. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. A little windy, I should say. Not beautiful. Could be more sunshine would be nice. But either way, we're playing Cardinal Baseball here on a Sunday at Jubilee Park. And Matt Corman, the catcher, leading things off for the Cards. Struck out back in the first inning. The wind is picking up here. Some of the fans are starting to cover up. It seems like Matt Corman will single into shallow left field, but Cardinals have a base runner, and we got rain here. So we got some light rain coming down over the Yorkton Melville area right now, but we're still playing. As Matt Scott will check over at Matt Corman over at first base. Taylor will foul this one back for a first strike. No balls, one strike, the count to the Cardinals DH and Zachary Taylor. Who wants to be our friend in the booth with all this rain? Taylor swings on this one, and it'll get in there. Corman's heading over to the third. A beautiful hit and run by the Cardinals as Zach Taylor with a single to center field. So Cardinals once again runners on here in the third as Matthew Corman is over at third and Zach Taylor, as I said, with a beautiful single. Beautiful hit and run. Kind of confused the Bombers infield. Phil Wayland, the center fielder, flew out to center back in inning number one. Well, swing and miss and fouled off into the Bombers catcher for strike. This one's taken outside for a ball. Rain is now starting to come down here, and with that wind, it's making it quite ugly. Either way, we're still playing. Surprised my camera stayed there. I'm blocked nicely by this corner here. 1-1 the count to Phil Wayland, the center fielder, as they'll check over and they'll pick off Zach Taylor. As now we got a run down over here with Matt Corman.
Yeah, just don't give a stolen base there. Just give,
It's just caught stealing. Yeah. So Matt Corman is caught stealing. I'm trying to keep these ones dry here. Rain is coming down hard now as looks like we got an injured player on the Brooks Bombers, and while that's happening, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back with the Cardinals here. 1 second here. All right, welcome back, folks. Still raining here at Jubilee Park. Not really a pretty one, but the Cardinals still have a runner over at third base as Matt Corman was caught in a rundown as Zach Taylor moved over to the third while they weren't focused on him. He was the initial one, but And the suicide squeeze will work to perfection. So Phil Whalen with the sacrifice bunt. That RBI, great. So Phil Whalen with a sacrifice hit scores Zach Taylor from third, and we got a tie ball game here at Yorkton's Jubilee Park as Logan McDougall will come in for the Cardinals. Good fastball in there for a called first strike. And this one, McDougall will fly out to the second baseman for out number 3 as the Cardinals score 1 run off 2 hits, have no Brooks Bomber errors, and leave none stranded after 3 complete. It's the Brooks Bombers 2, Yorkton Cardinals 2. We'll be right back with the 4th inning here on YouTube Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Yorkton Cardinals baseball, and now it is sunny. Welcome to Saskatchewan, where it's pouring rain, windy, and miserable 1 minute, and put away the umbrellas because the sun's shining. We'll take it. Either way, Cardinals Bombers still at it here. Top of the 4th, tie ball game 2-2. Swing and a miss from the leadoff hitter, and Brendan Cates swings at a Madden fastball, and that's strike 1. This one's ripped down to third base. Ground Kosanke with a beautiful play and a scoop over at first, but is bobbled by Shakirik, and he'll reach on the infield. I'll say a single, maybe. So we're going to credit Brendan Cates with an infield single. Tough play by Kosanke. So Cates reaches on the infield single. And he's going over to third. So, pass ball, you want to? Marking, they want to pass ball. As McCoy Pierce pops this one up. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Good strike pitch from Madden. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 offering from Golden Madden is outside and blocked by Corman. Evens the count at 2-2. So 2-2 the count to McCoy Pierce, the shortstop, as he hits one to McDougall. He'll check over at third and throw this one over to Shakaric for out number 1. Applies the tag. So McCoy Pierce grounds out to the shortstop, Logan McDougall. A good 1-out play as he kept Brendan Cates over there at third base, but now stepping in will be Danny Donnelly, the right fielder, who doubled back in the second, but was left on base in the Bombers' second. The first pitch from Golden Madden is a good fastball on the outside corner for a called first strike on Danny Donnelly. A good curveball from Golden Madden is in there for another strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Danny Donnelly. Another good curveball and a good waste pitch from Golden Madden as Donnelly holds off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good afternoon to Peter Shakaric, the father of Luke Shakaric, tuning in. And our other viewer, Mechanics McRankins, my guess, is a family member of Spencer Rankin on the Brooks Bombers. And Danny Donnelly goes down on strikes. Swing and a miss. A good pitch from Golden. So the beer batter goes down and beer is on sale. People of Yorkton are happy, as 2 are gone now in the Bombers' fourth, as Albert Vargas, the strikeout victim in the second, is back up at the plate. This one's fouled off at home plate for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 offering from Zach Golden Madden is just a tad upstairs. Looked like a good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. The rain came at a perfect time. We'll take it as a dust settler. No more dust flying around thanks to this wind and the rain. And so Vargas will hit it off the top of Grant Kosenki's glove and into left field as the Bombers take a 3-2 lead here in the fourth. Single, we're counting that as? So Albert Vargas singles and scores a run. The RBI for Albert Vargas. For 3-2 now for the Brooks Bombers in their fourth, as the leadoff hitter and Brock Partain, center fielder, back up at the plate. 0 for 2 with a ground out and fly out to his name so far, as a good block from Matt Corman on the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes as Partain does not bite at it. The 1-0 offering from Golden Madden. The dirt again. 2 balls, no strikes. A swing and a miss from Partain makes it a 2 balls, 1 strike count to the center fielder. Got a runner as Kosenki will throw over to Shakarik. That'll do it for the Bombers. 1 run, 2 hits, no Cardinal errors, leave 1 stranded. After 3.5 innings complete, it's the Brooks Bombers 3, the Yorkton Cardinals 2. The Cardinals will be back on the bats just after this. Stay tuned here on YouTube Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live, and we are in the bottom of the 4th as the 7-hole hitter and third baseman in Grant Kosenki is up to lead things off for the Cardinals. Singled, but was left on base in the second. Takes a first pitch from Matt Scott outside for ball 1. Both teams have 5 hits so far this game. A swing and a miss from Kosenki evens the count at 1-1. Wasn't it 8-1? It was 8-1 last when I left the house. 2-1 the count to Grant Kosenki as he takes the ball outside. Matt Scott looking in. This one's hit straight back up the middle, but the second baseman will get there. Good play by the second baseman. Gets Kosenki. Looked like a for sure single. But either way, Kosenki runs out to the second baseman. Nick Hoyt, the right fielder, now up for the Cards here in the 4th. 1 gone. So 1 gone here in the Cardinal 4th as Nick Hoyt check swings, but fouls this one over the Bomber dugout for strike 1. Nick Hoyt bobbles this one up the first base line, but it will get foul for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes to the Cardinals right fielder. Scott will step off here as Hoyt waits in the box for the 0-2 offering. The pitch from Scott is hit in the air to left field, shallow, but the Bombers outfielder will get there for out number 2. Sean Monroe, the left fielder, back in at the plate, singled an RBI in the second inning. They got the Cardinals on the board. Looking to do the same thing, get himself on base, keep the things going here for the Cardinals in their bottom half of the 4th. Tanner Huber stands on deck for the Cardinals. Monroe takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Monroe hits this one on the ground, and it'll get through past McCoy Pierce into left field as the Cardinals have a runner with 2 gone here. Tanner Huber, the Unity Saskatchewan product, Saskatchewan-born player, will come up here in the Cardinals' 4th, looking to keep things going as well as Sean Monroe singled. The first pitch to Tanner Huber is hit down the line. Foul. Ball ripped past Hut Smith. The first base coach wasn't able to grab it. Scott checks on Monroe over at first base. Already slid in back. This pitch hits Tanner Huber, and Cardinals got 2 runners on. Luke Shakaric, the first baseman, now into bat. 2 runners on in the Cardinals. In the Cardinals' 4th. Looking to get a ball deep here or even get a single that could tie this ball game up. So Luke Shakaric will face Matt Scott here in the 4th. First pitch swing and a miss, a very powerful swing from Luke Shakaric for strike 1. On a handful of errors. The 0-1 offering to Shakaric is a curveball from Scott that's on the inside corner for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Cardinals got a runner here, and they're going to catch Tanner Huber stealing on the double steal. So Luke Shakaric So the Cardinals do leave one stranded. Luke Shakaric will lead things off for the Cardinals in their bottom of the 5th. But for now, we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the Cardinals top of the fifth as Zach Golden Madden is still dealing here for the Cardinals. He'll be right back after this here on YouTube Live in Yorkton Cardinals baseball. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live as Zach Lehman now in for the Brooks Bombers. And speaking of the Brooks Bombers, thanks to Todd Reith for tuning in all the way from Brooks, Alberta. We're glad that some of the Brooks Bombers fans are tuning in to watch their team even when they're on the road, and we will help you out as much as we can. Zach Lehman takes a first pitch ball from Zach Golden Madden as he pops this one up into right field. Nick Hoyt is on the run, and he drops it in right field as Zach Lehman will get on here in the fifth. The air will be charged. Nick Hoyt as Josh McIntyre now steps in for the Brooks Bombers. McIntyre walked and scored, also struck out in the third. Swing and a miss from McIntyre makes the count no balls and 1 strike. That one's a little low for a ball. One and one the count to Josh McIntyre, the left fielder for the Bombers this afternoon. Another pitch outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. The Cardinals got some action in their bullpen as looks like Peyton Harris is warming up in the bullpen. This one's hit down the line into the bullpen as that evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So McIntyre's hit by the pitch, and that'll put 2 runners on for the Bombers as Damian Rodriguez, the first baseman, flew out to Zach Golden Madden. back in the third inning. So 2 runners on for the Bombers in their third. So Robbie Dombrowski will come in and give a visit to Zach Golden Madden. As that'll do it for the local product. And from starting pitcher and Zach Golden Madden as he goes 4 innings, allowing 5 runs, allowing 3 runs off 5 hits. Some of those runs are unearned due to some errors, and Peyton Harris will come in to do the pitching now. We'll break, and we'll be right back when Peyton Harris will take things over here in the Cardinals' 5th. You're watching Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live. Welcome back, fans, to Yorkton Cardinals baseball. Peyton Harris has warmed up, and he's taken things over from Zach Golden Madden, who did one heck of a job for the Cardinals here, only allowing a few runs, and leaves in line for the loss as Peyton Harris, first pitch good on the outside corner for a called strike. A good diving play over by Tanner Huber, and he'll get the guy at second. So Damian, yeah, yep. This one's popped straight up and will go over the sound booth for a foul ball. As Spencer Rinkin. How many out we got, Greg? One out, okay. One gone here in the Brooks Bombers 5th as Zach Lehman is over at 3rd and Damian Rodriguez reached on the fielder's choice. 1 and 2 the count now, though, to the catcher, Spencer Rinkin, as he hits this one up the middle to Logan McDougall. He'll throw it over to second to Tanner Huber, but he'll be safe at first on the fielder's choice. A run does come in to score. No RBI?
No, he gets an RBI.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Spencer Rankin with the fielder's choice RBI increases the Bombers' lead to 4-2 now. As Peyton Harris with a good fastball in there for a called first strike on the DH Brendan Cates. Thanks to Peter Shakaric for tuning in as well from Seattle, the home of the Mariners, and soon to be the home of a new NHL team. Second pitch is upstairs for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Cates. This one's fouled back into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 gone here in the Bomber 5th. 1 run already scored for the Bombers. This one's hit into left field. Oh, it's tailing, and this one will get down as another hit will be on as Brendan Cates singles to left field. Which will bring up McCoy Pierce. A swing and a miss from the shortstop, McCoy Pierce, makes the count no balls and 1 strike. Pierce wanted it, but holds off, evens the count at 1-1. Pierce hits this one down the right field line. He'll go all the way to the wall. McCoy Pierce with a double and an RBI. Looking like 2 RBIs as another run will come in to score. A triple and 2 RBIs for McCoy Pierce. So McCoy Pierce with a triple and the RBI scores 2 more, increases the Brooks Bombers lead to 6-2 here in the top of the 5th inning as Danny Donnelly, the right fielder, steps in. Struck out in his last at-bat, last inning in the 4th. Here takes a good curveball from Peyton Harris for a called first strike. This one's fouled into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Yep. No balls, 2 strikes to Danny Donnelly. Swings and misses. That does it for the Brooks Bombers. 3 runs, though, on 2 hits, 1 Cardinal error. Leave 1 man stranded after 4.5 complete. It's the Brooks Bombers 6, the Yorkton Cardinals 2. We'll be right back with more Yorkton Cardinals baseball and the bottom of the fifth shortly, just after this. Welcome back to Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live, bottom of the fifth inning, and Luke Shakaric, the first baseman, leading things off for the Cardinals after Tanner Huber was caught stealing in the fourth. So a fresh count for Luke Shakaric after coming to the plate in the fourth. Shakaric is 0 for 1 after a walk and a flyout back in the second. First pitch to Shakaric is low and inside for ball one. That one kind of locked up Shakaric, but he holds off from 2 balls, no strikes. A swing and a miss from Shakaric. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one's grounded back up the middle, and Shakaric with a single to center field as the Cardinals have a base runner here in the fifth. So Matt Corman, the University of Calgary product, will come into bat here. Luke Shakaric over at first, and Corman will rip this one down the line, and it is fair ball. Luke Shakaric going over to third base. Matt Corman with the double. And runners on second and third after the no-out double from Matt Corman. Fastball from Scott is in there for a called first strike to the DH, Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout in the first. Also had a single and score in the third inning. A curveball from Scott is outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Taylor pops this one up just over the catcher, and he'll catch it for out number 1. This one's hit to left field, and Luke Shakirik will not tag up as the ball comes right to home plate as Phil Whalen flies out to left field for out number 2. This one's hit in the infield. Logan McDougall will ground out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors from the Bombers. They leave 2 stranded. After 5 complete, it's the Brooks Bombers 6, the Yorkton Cardinals 2. I'll be right back with the top of the 6th inning here on YouTube Live. You're watching Yorkton Cardinals baseball. Welcome back, folks. We are in the top of the 6th with the Brooks Bombers leading 6-2 on the Cardinals right now as Albert Vargas, the third baseman, steps in. He singled to left field his last at bat in the 4th. Also had an RBI, but was left on base. That one's taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. This one's hit down the line, but is foul for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. This one sits to Tanner Huber at second. He will catch it for out number 1. Brock Partain takes a first pitch curveball upstairs for ball 1. Good fastball from Peyton Harris, catches the outside corner for a called first strike. Good curveball, swing and a miss from Partain. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rather, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right, Price is right. Mm-hmm. A curveball evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 offering from Peyton Harris is swung on and missed for out number 2. So Partain goes down on strikes for out number 2, and Zach Lehman, the second baseman, will step in. His last at bat in the 5th, he hit a routine fly ball to right field, but was dropped. So Zach Lehman takes a first pitch ball. He'll take a second pitch called strike on the outside corner to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch is in the dirt for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. So the Cardinals, after this game, will return to action on Tuesday night when they visit Moose Jaw for a doubleheader at Rosswell's Park at 6 and 8. Not too sure of the broadcast, but we will keep you posted on the Twitter page. Here in Yorkton, another fly ball to right field to get over Nick Hoyt's head and go all the way to the wall as Zach Lehman is making his way, and he'll stop at second. A 2-out double from the second baseman, Zach Lehman. The Cardinals' next home game will be Wednesday night at 7:05 here from Jubilee Park when the Weyburn Beavers pay a visit. It'll be our last home game of the year. We will have a broadcast as well, so you can tune in at 7:05 for our last home game of the season. We'll talk about today's game, though, as Josh McIntyre will come in 2 gone here still in the Bombers. As he grounds it to Grant Kosenki over to Luke Shakarik, and they go down. No runs off 1 hit. No Yorkton Cardinal errors. They leave 1 man stranded after 5.5 complete. It's the Brooks Bombers 6, the Yorkton Cardinals 2. We'll be right back with the Yorkton Cardinals bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live. Welcome back to Yorkton Cardinals baseball here. We'll take a look at some other games happening around the Western Canadian Baseball League on this beautiful Sunday. In the top of the first, the game's just getting underway as Fort McMurray is in Edmonton taking on the Prospects at Remax Field. Lethbridge, the Bulls, and Okotoks Dogs are tied at 1. The Malva Millionaires are continuing their road trip in Alberta at the stop at Medicine Hat, currently trailing the Mavericks 10-2. In the top of the 7th at Mitchell Field, the Swift Current 57s lead the Regina Red Sox 3-2. Bottom of the 6th, Weyburn leads Moose Jaw 6-1. And later on this afternoon, the Fort McMurray Giants and Edmonton Prospects will play. Grand Kosanki leading things off, takes a call for first strike here in the 6th as Cardinals are down 4. The wind picking back up here at Jubilee Park. That one's taken for a ball. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to the Cardinals' third baseman. The 1-1 offering from Matt Scott is swung and missed on by Grand Kosanki. Evens, 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Grand Kosanki takes a ball outside, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Cardinals' third baseman this afternoon. Kosanki hits this one back up to the middle to McCoy Pierce. He bobbles it. Kosanki will reach on the infield air. So Nick Hoyt, the right fielder, will step in for the Cardinals now and pop this one into right center field. It's tailing, but the center fielder will get there as Nick Hoyt flies out to the center fielder for out number 1. So the left fielder, Sean Monroe, who is 2 for 2 on the day with us 2 singles and an RBI. Hasn't scored yet himself, though, as Matt Scott will check over on Grant Kosanki at first base. That one's high and outside to Sean Monroe as he takes the first pitch ball. A second pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Sean Monroe. For Syndergaard. For Syndergaard. No, serious. Third one's the ball in the dirt. So Sean Monroe with a 3-0 count here, and Grant Kosanki takes second base. And Monroe draws the 4-pitch walk. So Tanner Huber, the leadoff man, will be back in. Evan Longoria. When he was at the Rays, I believe. Tanner Huber takes a first pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Six to 2, the Bombers lead here in the sixth inning. Cardinals do have runners on first and second. As Huber will foul this one down, the first base line evens the count. Rather, no balls and 2 strikes the count to Tanner Huber. The Bombers do have some action in their bullpen as a right-hander begins to warm up. The 0-2 offering to Tanner Huber from Matt Scott is swung on and missed as Huber goes down on strikes for out number 2. Luke Shakarik now back in, the first baseman this afternoon for the Cardinals. 1 for 2 on the line so far this afternoon. His last at-bat came last inning in the 5th as he singled to center field but was left on base as part of a no-run 5th inning for the Cards. Matt Scott has been able to keep the Cards' bats somewhat quiet, but they're not getting on the board here as they have not scored runs in the 4th, 5th, and the 6th so far. Time has been called as the wind is picking up here quite significantly, and Luke Shakarik might have got some dust in the eye. The first pitch to Luke Shakarik is swung on and foul tipped back into the glove for strike 1. The 0-1 offering to Luke Shakarik is a curveball in the dirt and outside, evens the count at 1-1. Shakarik takes another pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Cardinal first baseman. As he swing and a miss, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 gone here in the Cardinals' 6th, as Grant Kosinski is at second and Sean Monroe is at first base. Shakarik hits this one down the first base line into the Brooks Bombers bullpen to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 offering once again is in the dirt. Fills the count 3-2 to Luke Shakarik. Luke Shakarik gets hit by the pitch.
Now batting catcher, number 30, Matt Corman.
The Brooks Bombers pitcher in Matt Scott will get a visit from the bench boss here in the 6th inning. And Matt Corman will come up to bat. We'll take a little break here. We'll be right back when Matt Corman steps in for the Cardinals. Bases are loaded here in the 6th inning. We'll be right back. You're watching Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live. So Matt Corman, the catcher this afternoon for the Cardinals, steps in. He is 2 for 3 so far this afternoon with a single and a double. Hoping to do the same here as the bases are loaded in the Cardinals 6, 2 gone, however, as Matt Scott looks in for the first pitch to Corman, high and upstairs for ball 1. This one's in the dirt, but will hold Kosenki at third. However, 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 offering is hit in the air to center field. It hit deep, but the center fielder will get there. Cardinals leave the bases loaded. No runs, no hits, 1 Brooks errors. Once again, leave the bases loaded. After 6 complete, Bombers 6, Cardinals 2. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th just after this. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live. We are in the top of the 7th inning with the Bombers still leading 6-2 after the Cardinals left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning. Damian Rodriguez leading things off for the Brooks Bombers in their top of the 7th. He'll hit this one on the first pitch on a line to center field. However, Phil Whalen will be there. 1 gone here in the Bombers 7th. Thank you to McRankins X3 for tuning in from Vancouver, BC. Beautiful Vancouver. Thank you for the comment on the broadcast. We love doing the broadcast here in Yorkton. I know a lot of fans and a lot of families are from out of town or even out of the country. And it's an easy way to watch their son, family member, some type of family member, play ball here in the Western Canadian Baseball League. As Spencer Rankin takes a first pitch ball and takes a second pitch ball as well. 2 balls, no strikes to the Brooks Bombers catcher. as the catcher Spencer Rankin is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Reached on the fielder's choice his last at bat. Takes the third pitch just a tad upstairs for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes to the Bombers catcher. Hello to Michelle Pierce tuning in from Kamloops, British Columbia. Family member of the Brooks Bombers shortstop in McCoy Pierce. Peyton Harris fighting back here from 2 good curveballs. Called for strikes as the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The full count offering from Peyton Harris is in there as Rankin is caught looking for strike number 3. As Rankin goes down on strikes for out number 2. Brendan Cates, the DH, stepping in now. Cates is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Singled and scored in his last at bat in the 5th inning. Takes call for a strike from Peyton Harris. Swing and a miss from Brendan Cates. No balls, 2 strikes the count. 17 team hits. Curveball hit on the ground to Logan McDougall at shortstop. He'll throw over to Luke Shakaric. That'll do it for the Bombers here in their 7th. No runs, no hits, no Cardinal errors, nobody left on. After 5.5 complete, rather 6.5 complete, it's the Brooks Bombers 6, the Yorkton Cardinals 2. We'll do some singing, some stretching. It's the 7th inning stretch here at Jubilee Park. We'll be back with the Cardinals bottom of the 7th shortly, just after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live. We are in the bottom of the 7th, and Dallas Forno has taken over from Matt Scott. As Matt Scott went 6 innings, only allowing 2 earned runs on the Cardinals, 8 hits, however. And the Bombers also had 2 errors, so I could be wrong, as some of those runs may be unearned. 1 run was earned, 1 was unearned. As the DH, Zach Taylor, will step in. Takes a first pitch from Forno outside for ball 1. The 1-0 offering from Forno is hit a mile in the air out to shallow right field, and the second baseman will get there for out number 1 as Taylor pops out. So Phil Whalen, the center fielder, will step in. He flew out to left field his last at bat in the 5th inning. We'll take a first pitch called strike from Dallas Forno. No balls, 1 strike the count. Phil Whalen will take a ball in the dirt. He probably thought it's at 7, I bet. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to the Cardinals center fielder as he takes another pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Starting to get a little dark out there in center field, as you may be able to see from our broadcast. Hoping for this rain to stay off, as this wind has been nasty all afternoon, sending that ball flying in the air. You get it up, it's going to go. As Phil Whalen hits one on the ground, stopped on a hop, send over to first base, and Whalen grounds out 5-3. If you're keeping score at home. That'll bring up the University of Calgary product and Summerside PEI native and Logan McDougall, as McDougall grounded out back in his last at bat in the 5th inning. Two gone here in the Cardinals' 7th as McDougall takes a first pitch inside for ball 1. Second pitch is a little bit outside, but called first strike according to home plate umpire Warren Burrell. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike to Logan McDougall. The 2-1 offering is hit to the shortstop McCoy Pierce. Pierce will pick it up, throw it across the diamond just in time as McDougall is thrown out for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no Brooks Bombers errors. They leave nobody stranded. After 7 complete, it's the Brooks Bombers 6, the Yorkton Cardinals 2. We'll be right back with more Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live and the top of the 8th. Welcome back, folks, to Yorkton Cardinals baseball. Thank you for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Thanks to everyone who's commented and let us know where you are tuning in from. Also, always nice to hear from our viewers and hear where they're tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you who have tuned into the broadcast today. Tanner Huber has taken things over on the mound as McCoy Pierce, the shortstop, takes over Actually, he's in the batter's box now for the Bombers, leading off in the 8th, and the first pitch is just a tad outside for ball 1. McCoy Pierce tripled 2 RBIs his last at bat in the 5th. Very powerful bat of McCoy Pierce. Takes one inside from Huber. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 offering is swung on and hit towards right field. That's hit deep. And gone. McCoy Pierce with the solo shot to lead things off for the Brooks Bombers. And McCoy Pierce with another home run as he hit a 3-run shot last night. That wind is drifting heavily out to right field, but it helps McCoy Pierce here in the 7th, rather the 8th inning, as the Bombers increase their lead to 7-2. As Danny Donnelly, the right fielder, will step in for the Brooks Bombers, and that first pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Matt Corman for ball 1. 7-2 Bomber lead in the 8th. Good curveball from Tanner Huber is in there for a called strike. Holy. It's a very, very heavy wind in Yorkton right now as Danny Donnelly is hit by the pitch. Which will bring up Albert Vargas, the third baseman for the Bombers. Vargas is 1 for 3 on the line this afternoon with a fly out to Tanner Huber when he was at second base back in the 6th inning. 202 average for Albert Vargas. A good average for the third baseman. First pitch from Huber to Vargas is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Swing and a miss from Vargas into the glove of Matt Corman for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. A good curveball from Tanner Huber in there for a called strike 1-2. Yeah. If it's Syndergaard, I'm going insane. A runner to second as McDougall will pick that one up, toss it over to Luke Shakaric at first, and Vargas grounds out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. Brock Partain, the center fielder, leadoff man for the Brooks Bombers this afternoon, back in at the plate. 0 for 4 for Partain. 2 groundouts and a fly out and a strikeout to his line this afternoon. The first pitch is fouled off out of play for strike 1. Takes another pitch, evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike. A called strike on Brock Partain. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's hit down the right field line, go past Shakaric, but into right field. Foul, Apologize, it's a foul ball. Keeps count at 1 and 2. Swing and a miss from Partain. He goes down on strikes for the second time today. 0 for 5 on his line. As Zach Lehman will be up to bat now. 2 gone in the Bombers' 8th. Lehman is 2 for 4 today. Last at bat in the 6th with a double to right field, but was left on as part of the Bombers' 6th. First pitch to him this inning is in there for a called first strike. 0-1 the count. This 0-1 offering is popped straight up and will get out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. It's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good waste pitch from Tanner Huber. One ball, 2 strikes, the count. To Zach Lehman, the second baseman this afternoon. And Tanner Huber will step off the mound. The wind's a little gusting really high this afternoon. The 1-2 offering from Tanner Huber. Matt Corman wanted to check with the first base umpire, but it's obvious he didn't swing. 2-2 the count. This one's hit to right field, and Takahashi Ho's on the run. He'll go off the wall and over his head as they'll score another run here in the 8th, thanks to a double and RBI from Zach Lehman. Eight to 2, the Bombers lead now in the 8th inning, thanks to that double, the 2-out double. And Josh McIntyre, the left fielder, will step in now for the Brooks Bombers. 0 for 2 tonight, this afternoon rather. Grounded out in the 6th inning, takes a first pitch curveball outside from Tanner Huber for ball 1. Curveball in dirt from Tanner Huber evens the 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, no strikes. My apologies. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Good curveball there. Catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Beautiful throw from Sean Monroe in left field. Gets Zach Lehman trying to score at home. That'll do it. So with that, the Bombers did score 2 runs in the top of the 8th to take the 8th to increase their lead to 8-2. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the Yorkton Cardinals bottom of the 8th inning with Grant Kosenki, the Wisconsin product, leading things off. Once again, we'll be right back. You're watching Yorkton Cardinals baseball here on YouTube Live. Welcome back, folks. Yorkton Cardinals baseball, Western Canadian Baseball League action on this very, very windy Sunday, as Grant Kosenki will lead things off for the Cardinals in their bottom of the eighth inning. First pitch is high and upstairs to Kosenki for ball one. The 1-0 offering to Kosenki is hit on the ground to the second baseman. He'll go right through his glove, we'll say. Right over his glove for an error, as Kosenki will reach here in the eighth. Nick Hoyt, the second baseman, now up to the plate. 0 for 3 on his line with 3 flyouts, so he's making contact with the ball, just not getting it in the places he wants it to be. And this one's hit to right field, drifting over towards the right field line, and that thing carried a mile. Long foul ball. So Nick Hoyt with a long foul ball. And this one's hit it right up the middle to McCoy Pierce. He'll step on the bag himself, throw over to first for the 6-3 double play.
That's 2 away. Now batting left fielder, number 20, Sean Monroe.
Sean Monroe stepping in, takes a first pitch called on the inside corner for strike one. One and one the count. As Monroe took a low ball. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's hit on the ground to Albert Vargas at third. He'll fire across the diamond and get Monroe. No runs, no hits, 1 air charge to the Brooks Bombers in the eighth. Cardinals leave none stranded. After 8 complete, it's the Brooks Bombers 8, Yorkton Cardinals 2. And we'll be right back with the top of the ninth and the Brooks Bombers top of the ninth, to be specific. With Damian Rodriguez leading things off. We'll be right back with that top of the ninth just after this. Stay tuned.
First baseman, number 23, Damian Rodriguez.
Welcome back, Cardinals and Brooks Bomber fans, wherever you may be tuning in. Thank you for joining us this afternoon as we are in the ninth inning, as the Bombers have a 6-run lead over the Cardinals And Damian Rodriguez is leading things off on this windy day. First pitch in there for a called for strike, 0-1. The 0-1 offering from Tanner Huber is a good curveball in there for a second called strike, 0-2 the count. This one's fouled back to keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Holy smokes. Dust in the eyes. Winds are gusting up to close to 50 an hour. That one's a ball outside. Otherwise, to Damian Rodriguez. Price is right. This one's hit to right field and hit deep off the wall. Rodriguez with a no-out leadoff double here in the 9th for the Brooks Bombers. Spencer Rankin will step in now for the Brooks Bombers, the catcher this afternoon. 1 for 4 on his line with a .285 average this year. Struck out swinging in the 7th inning in his last at-bat. First pitch to Rankin is over his head. He had the duck for ball 1. Most guys would have just turned and Ward in the back, but Rankin gets out of the way. 1-0 the count either way. Holds off for a ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. This one's hit on the ground into the Cardinal dugout for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hits this one on the ground. Tanner, what a play. Grant Kosenki. Grant Kosenki picks that one up, barehands it right over to Luke Shakaric at first for the beautiful first out. As Rankin grounds out 5-3 if you're keeping score at home. They called him up, finally. He made some posts. He made some pretty nasty tweets that he wasn't getting called up, So Rankin grounds out for out number 1, and Brandon Cates, the DH, swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike, the count. Second pitch, called strike. USA, yeah. Yeah. Because I remember, yeah. Talking about a big trade if you are a Toronto Blue Jays fan. They traded one of their best pitchers in Marcus Stroman away today. Probably wondering what we're talking about, but just some Yorkton Cardinal booth chat. Swing and a miss from Brandon Cates as he goes down on strikes for out number 2. Oh, that's too good. The price is wrong. As McCoy Pierce, the shortstop, the big bat of McCoy Pierce, will step in now. With 2 gone here in the Brooks Bombers' 9th. A good curveball from Tanner Huber taken by McCoy Pierce for strike 1. McCoy Pierce 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Also had a solo home run last inning. Had a triple as well. Just needs a double and a single to complete the cycle, which you don't see very often. McDougall picks it up at shortstop, fires over to Shakaric. That'll do it for the Bombers. No runs, 1 hit, no Yorkton Cardinal errors, leave 1 stranded. Heading to the bottom of the 9th, the Brooks Bombers lead 8-2. Cardinals will be up to bat shortly after this. Stay tuned for the Yorkton Cardinals bottom of the ninth. Welcome back, Yorkton Cardinal fans and Brooks Bombers fans, to this game between the Bombers and the Cardinals. 8-2 games so far. Tanner Huber, the pitcher, leading things off for the Cardinals in the ninth. A swing and fouls this off into the parking lot for strike one. The Bombers got a good start from Matt Scott, who went 6 innings, and Dallas Forno has been in the game since the 7th. A swing and a miss from Huber makes it an 0-2 count. They've also been led offensively by McCoy Pierce, who has driven in most of their runs, mostly 4. This one's hit to right field, and it will be caught on the warning track for out number 1. Where's the music? Who is this? This guy's crazy. Luke Shikarik stepping in now for the Cards. 1 for 2 on his line. Was hit by a pitch in the 6th and left on base. Shikarik hits this one back up to the middle, and it will be bobbled by the shortstop. And he calls him out at first. I thought Shikarik was there, especially in this 8-2 ball game. So Matt Corman will step up now, the catcher out of University of Calgary. The Dinos baseball. Like I said earlier, he sung our anthem tonight. The catcher sung the anthem, so very good job, well done. He plays baseball. He's a catcher. He can sing. Man of many talents. And Corman's hit by the pitch. Cardinals got a base runner here in the 9th as Kai Takahashi-Ho. Kai Takahashi-Ho, the right fielder who came in for Zach Taylor in the batting order, will be up for his first at-bat of the afternoon. The first pitch to him is on the outside corner for a called first strike. Called second strike, 0-2. This one's fouled off to keep the count at 0-2. This one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kai Takahashi-Ho.
Or if the on-deck batter is the tying run.
Takahashi-Ho lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah. It's not 3, but it's not 3 or less runs. That doesn't matter, though. That
Takahashi Ho pokes this one to left field, and the left fielder will get there. And that's the ball game, folks. Final score: the Brooks Bombers defeat the Yorkton Cardinals 8-2. The Brooks Bombers were powered by a good 6-inning performance on the mound from Matt Scott. Also were led offensively by McCoy Pierce with the home run triple and a few RBIs to his name. Zach Golden Madden was on the mound, takes the loss for the Cardinals, going 5 strong innings with a few strikeouts. The Yorkton Cardinals, meantime, will be back in action on Tuesday afternoon when they travel to Moose Jaw to take on the Miller Express for a doubleheader. 4:35 and 6:05, or near 7 they will play. Next action or next broadcast will be on Wednesday night, 7:05, for the season finale at home, when the Cardinals host the Weyburn Beavers, 7:05. So once again, final score was the Brooks Bombers 8, the Yorkton Cardinals 2. I'm Luke Walters saying good afternoon and good night from Jubilee Park here in Yorkton, and we'll see you on Wednesday night.